Welcome to Spiritual Rebirth Tarot. I'm Madelyn, your tarot reader and energy healer. So nice to have you for this relationship pick a card. So today I would like to ask about a relationship. You could pick any relationship in your life, and you could take a look at which one of the decks you would like to have. And so advice from your higher self in relation to the relationship. So advice from your higher self for the pyrite, which is 1, for the clear quartz, which is 2, the sodalite, which is 3, and the tiger eye, which is 4. So take a little time. Some people feel drawn to the number 1, 2, 3, 4. You can even write those numbers down and meditate on them. You can look at the images of each one of the stones and what those might represent to you. And in some way, take a little time to meditate, pause the video if you need to decide which one of these to turn to. So I'd like to begin by asking for divine guidance on the reading. And I did do that before, shuffling the decks and pulling out the cards for each pile. My dog is walking around. Okay, so let's take a look at pile number 1. So we can get the other piles out of the way here. All right, so this is the pyrite. So this is pile 1. And we'll start with the animal cards from the Colette Baron Reid Animal deck. And we have Think on Your Feet, the Fox Spirit, which is a 9. And the Brown Bear is also a 9. So 99 is an important number for you for this relationship. So you'll learn more about the relationship by putting in 99 angel number meaning, or angel number love, maybe, or relationship, to learn more about the relationship with these cards. So 99, and the Brown Bear is take time out. So the energy of taking time out, being in quiet reflection. And so more and more, I'm learning more about bear spirit and Grandmother Bear, and how she is there to guard and protect us in our lives and to give us the healing that we need. And you think about the healing that happens for the bear during that time of hibernation. They've eaten a lot of food and they're able to lay there in quietness. They have fertility, or they have their children, they're young. They protect their young during that time. And so that time of hibernation is really an important healing energy. And then also we look at the Fox Spirit, Think on Your Feet, is kind of the opposite energy coming to you. So this relationship has a lot of variety, spontaneity. You can together, the two of you or more, the two of you can enjoy time just, sitting on the couch, watching TV, sipping a cup of coffee, reading a book together, and those kind of energies. And you can enjoy, hiking, whitewater rafting, going skiing, whatever it is that you really enjoy. And so you kind of have this juxtaposition of things that you do, both the sedentary and quiet moments together, and then also those kind of rambunctious get out and go type of moments together. So in these two energies, they're both, you can both think of them as predators in some ways. The The bear is less of that, more the omnivore, and then the fox. So during the winter, the fox is out, foraging for food, looking for things under the snow, while the bear is hidden away in hibernation. So you have those two energies in this relationship. So let's take a look at the tarot for the relationship. Okay. Okay, so we start with the Lovers, the Ace of Wands, the Death energy, the Ten of Wands, the Emperor, and the Two of Wands. So the Ten of Wands is in reverse. I'm going to leave it that way at this time, because I think it's fitting with the message that's coming out here. And so we have three major arcana of the 6 cards. We have the Lovers, the Death energy, which is the release, letting go, bringing on new things. The Lovers, finding following your heart in a decision or path. At the same time, it can mean that there is a lot of love in this relationship. So it could be a love relationship. You can be soulmates. You could be very closely tied together in love. And there are many kinds of love. You can read about those and learn about those. You can see that whatever the case is, overshadowed by the archangels. So the archangels are here with this relationship and protecting it and guiding it, and this true beautiful love connection. It can also be pointing to a decision. So it could be that a decision is being made within the relationship which will help and benefit it and make it stronger. And some of that could be this ace energy. And so one of the reasons I think of it being almost, this decision element even more is because of the ace being here, the beginning of something new, especially, something passionate, and moving into this passion in the relationship. Now, it could simply be, more passion in the relationship. It could also be something that you're both passionate about. Like I was mentioning before, all of these maybe, like hobbies and skills and things that you bring into the relationship, and you have this greater sense of passion. But as you're going along, you are being asked to let go of some things. And so a lot of times, in order to make room for the new, for the ace, we have to let go of some of the old to, just to make room for that. So a lot of times we don't think of this with manifestation, but in theta healing, when I had that training, they talked a lot about during manifestation to actually visualize yourself pushing, making room in your life for the new thing, and by creating that room, then you will be able to grow in that direction. And so that's why I think this burden upside down. So having to let go of this burden in order to bring this strength into the relationship, and these kind of like looking to the future for possibilities of expansion and growth. So you're going from the ace to the 2, within the wand. So the growth of the in this relationship, we have a growth of passions. So the other thing I wanted to notice, we have Gemini, Scorpio, and Aries. So 3 of the different signs, air, water, and fire. So we have a lot of people represented here. And, for some of you, there could be a threat of another person. It could be a third party within the relationship. It could be a person outside of it, like a father or a mother or an aunt and uncle, some other third person that is kind of coming into, and they're part of the things that need to be pushed away, the burden that needs to be released so that this new passion can come into the relationship. So let's take a look at the whispers of love. So have patience. Love is patient and kind always. Romance. Lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. So bring romance. So this definitely could be, adding more passion or romance into the relationship. And actions speak loudly. So express your love through actions. So one of you in the relationship may have the love language of acts of service, and you need the other person to do more things to help you feel loved. Either way, you or the other person. And I'm also noticing the birds here, and kind of is drawing me to the messenger aspect of the birds, and that by you doing certain things, it's going to be a message of love to that person by doing actions. And this romance as well is doing actions of love. And patience is that maybe you're that party that needs to be patient, waiting for this to come in. But in order for it to come in, there has to be a letting go, of this, third party, strong energy that's coming in and trying to block your way. And this card, there's another aspect of it that I just love, which is you see all the different waterfalls coming in. And it directs you to the idea that there's more than one path to victory. So to get to romance and acts of love in the relationship, there's more than one path to get there. And so the best way is to ask the party you're with, what makes you loved? What truly gives you that ultimate feeling of being loved? Because you can guess all day, and it could be that it's acts of service, but more than anything, you doing the dishes every day without being asked is like the greatest love that you can give. Or so there may be one or two little things that just are that ultimate romantic thing to the person that you're with. So that is the energy of those cards. The other thing this is kind of drawn to is some of you may be feeling very lonely in this relationship. You've had a lot of this hot and cold. You've had you have a lot of things that need to be let go and redone, and you may be feeling very lonely. So when you're in that situation, well, first of all, she isn't looking up to see if there is anyone around her. She's just kind of being by herself. So if you're it's hard to be in a relationship like that while at the same time being so introverted. And so maybe that you need to be expressing your needs, that you do need more of this quiet time and reflection. What's interesting, it almost looks like a tree and mountains and valleys down there, and yet at the same time there's a shark. So it's almost like her imagination is creating this world down below. So be patient with those in your life that are a little more quiet. because there really is a lot in there that needs to come out. And by asking the right questions and even just listening, just sitting there in quietness, waiting, the answer is going to come out. Okay, pile one, thank you so much for coming to the reading. I hope that was beneficial for you. And we will move on to the next piles. Welcome, pile two, to your reading. You picked the clear quartz crystal. And so we'll be, like I said, we'll be taking a look at messages from your higher self for the relationship that you have been drawn to with this pile of cards. So let's take a look at the animals from Colette Baron Reid's Oracle deck. Ooh, yay! The electric eel. Bring your ideas to life. And let spirit be your guide as that happens. And the hawk. So a lot of times I think about the energies and the differences between the eagle and the hawk. And, the hawk, I think, goes well with the electric eel, because the electric eel is all about kind of that aha moment and bringing those little things into your life that'll really make the difference. And I love the swirly nature here on the card. And so the eel comes in and into your life. So in this relationship, I would say that there are, you could even be entrepreneurs together, or like having a business together, creating something together with your ideas, bringing to life things in your life that are really meaningful. And these circular things kind of remind me of eights. And so, the life path 8 is all about ambition and focus and drive and career. And so, within your careers may even be together in this relationship. And you're creating something together, you're making something together, you're having thoughts and ideas together. And if it's not business related and it's just, family and fun, whatever the situation, you have those aha moments together where you like finish each other's sentences and just like have that special connection in this relationship. And the hawk has a smaller area. It doesn't go as high. It's more harassed by smaller birds. When I think of the eagle, I think of like the bald eagle or those kind of things that are, going long distances, going up in the clouds. But the hawk also has a great vision. It's a hunter, and it has a great vision and acuity for what it's finding. So in this relationship, you guys are really kind of narrowing down. So you can see the big picture, but you can also see the details that are needed. And it could be that one of you is the big picture person and the other is the detail person, and the two of you together come together in the hawk. And so in these ways that you're going, it's really important that you're following your heart, letting spirit be your guides. Your higher self is saying in this relationship, as you come up with these really great ideas, make sure that you don't just do all of them, because it'll be too much and too difficult for you. But focus on the really the ones that your heart and your head are really being drawn to in a special way. Okay, so pile 2. Let's look at your tarot cards. Well, we have a king and queen together. That's pretty cool. the King of Swords and the Queen of Wands. So fire and air. So, and then you also have Virgo and Capricorn. So you have a lot of, again, and Sagittarius. So a lot of potential people in this, and it could be just somewhere in your sign or somewhere in their sign. So I don't really see these zodiacs pointing necessarily to the relationship as much as that there are some elements of grounding and some elements of kind of excitement and movement within the relationship. Now, there are, again, like in pile 2, there are 3 major arcana cards out of the 6. So that's pretty cool as far as, a strong reading. Having this, it's interesting. The first card has to do with career. And I was saying this, like this number 8 and, drive and focus in your career. And then also this, the 8 of Pentacles coming, with the career that's very profitable. So there's definitely an element to your relationship. You could either be co-workers, or I can say, if it is a romantic relationship, you still work together well. And you kind of have that connection and working together. So I see a lot of birds here in the picture. And so the birds are kind of like chirping around. So there's a lot of talking and laughter, communication going on in your life and in your work. And so as you're working together, make sure that you are finding balance and patience in your life, but especially the balancing energies of the spiritual and the physical, the 3D and the 5D, and bringing those together. So, here we have a mermaid. She's underwater with a white wolf. It's kind of like these mythical creatures in a water environment, and yet it's a fiery card. So it has both the elements of water and fire. And then as we're she's pouring or removing water from underwater through a well. So maybe this well doesn't have water in it. Maybe it has magic. And so she's, delving into magic. So it could be that you guys are very connected on the 3D. You're working together, you're laughing, you're having fun with that. And this card is calling you toward change. 4 + 1 = 5 is change. A change toward more balance in your lives of the 5D and the 3D, and kind of investigating that part of you, the spiritual aspects. And in that spiritual aspects, you could be looking at finding a guide or helper. This Virgo energy is telling you about kind of like day in, day out. So it's somebody who you're just around every day. You can see the trees sort of here in the distance, so it kind of also has that, big picture, small picture effect, that, you're kind of seeing the overall big picture of the forest around him. So, looking for this guide that's going to help and direct you, and help you to, look at this. This card, although it is the supposedly, it's the devil energy Capricorn card, the horned one, and yet the wild, it's called the horned one. It's called, it has the wild herdsman here, where he has the antlers. He's sitting in meditation, or maybe in a shaman-like journey with his spirit animal. And so this guide is going to help you guys on your spiritual realm. Some of you even will be doing shaman journeys and those kind of things. So, and don't poo-poo that, you've got this great, 3D relationship, and moving and growing it into more of a spirituality in whatever way is most comfortable for you guys. will really help to bring out these new energies and this. I'm just really thinking strongly of like a shaman journey. So you guys have so much potential. You have the ability to, come up with new ideas and go in new directions and see things clearly from a distance. And so within that, you can develop a lot of these things. So together, you're this team. You're working together, the king, queen, fire and air, a clarity and truth and focus and passion. It could be that one of you is more of the, male or female is more of the this is how it is kind of person. And the other one is more, oh, but I really want the passional part of it. So it could be that one of you is wanting more passion in a relationship than the other, especially with these two cards, because the King and Queen of Swords are just cousins and they're friends and they're co-workers. You put these two together, you'll start to have somewhat of a romantic connection, but really she's much more about, the fly-by night, looking for the passion and direction in her life. So I hope that this helps a little bit. I think that you really, this card is really important. The Sagittarius energy. Get more Sagittarius energy, that direct focus, but focusing toward fun in your life. And then if you take a look at the whispers of love, what do we have? Be in the present and dream of the future. So you can see there's kind of like the futuristic, and there's the past, and then the present. She's right here. And then listen with your heart. You are listening, but need to hear with a loving heart. So you might be hearing words, but not hearing what's actually being said. And a spiritual connection. See, I was saying, you guys need to see this. Make sure you can see in the picture. You see the 5D connection. So you have the 3D. You're there together. See the 3D, but learn to develop this 5D connection. And can you imagine? Your heart chakras are bonded together. Your heads are bonded together. Your hearts, your bodies, your minds, your souls, everything is bonded together in that union so much stronger. A relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. And so for some of you, you are, past life soulmates, and you really have the ability to connect your souls and not just your passions and desires in the 3D. And there are times when we are connected to our past life, lovers in our souls, but that is not what is happening in the physical realm. So this could be pointing to that as well. So it's interesting, the connection. And so this past, the past, some of you even would have been together in the time of the pyramids, and you will be together again. And I certainly have met at least one past life soulmate, and there is such a strong bond. It doesn't mean that you are supposed to be connected. In fact, we weren't supposed to be connected in the 3D, and that had to pass. But the 5D will always be there. And once we go back to our, non-physical form, we'll be reconnected. Be in the present and dream of the future. So, review the past and let it go. And they're actually, right now, a lot of us as light workers are being called, to be this light, to be the light in the world, and to set aside the past, and to set aside those bonds, to break those bonds, because we have a new soul journey that's different than our faded life path that we were on. And when we listen with your heart, so listening, really listening, hearing, knowing what's being said, what we're being called to, and that this person in our life, like I said, they can see maybe the big picture and you can see the details. And so being able to listen and communicate about that is going to be so powerful. You're so much more of a power couple when you're able to share these ideas with each other, and to come from your two perspectives and bring it into unity. So thank you for coming to the reading today, group pile 2. If you find that it resonates with you, that's great. If it hasn't totally resonated, please check out another pile as well, and see where you are led by spirit. Welcome, pile 3, to your reading. You picked the sodalite, the beautiful blue with white in it, stone. We'll start with the animal oracle cards from Colette Baron Reed. And I love the energies in these cards. This relationship for pile 3. Hopefully none of you are afraid of spiders. Okay, so the spider, which is cool because it's the 11, which is a master number. So you can look up 11, and it will give you more clarity for this reading for pile 3. So the spider energy, make your dreams real. So taking those things which you can imagine and you can create in your mind and making them real in 3D. And so you can see the spider has done that. They've taken the things that were in their heart and mind, and they've made them real in the world, in their web that they created. And so in this relationship, you have the ability to connect you guys have the ability to connect the things of the spiritual realm with things of the physical realm. And that's kind of what you guys are supposed to do in this relationship. That's what I'm being drawn to, is that you are connecting those two things. You can see the purple and the white. It's again, it's kind of like these different elements being drawn together and pulled together, and helping the things of the 5D become here in the 3D reality, that what we see as reality. The lion, be generous of spirit. So one or both of you are very generous people. You can open your hearts, and the lion is here saying to you, I give you an offering and opening of the heart. You can see the green ball of the heart chakra. You can see the kind of like the vines within it, which kind of point to this complexity that we have in the energies that surround us. In a way, it's very, very simple, the energies of the heart. And in other ways, they're very complex, very layered. There's more and more layers that we uncover as we are healing and opening the heart chakra. And so being generous to the other person, that they are on this journey, they're on this path, they're somewhere in the journey. And so be generous of spirit. Be conscious of the fact that you might not both be in the same places. And I was kind of thinking, this web, it's not really the same, but it has that same kind of energy feel of the complexity of the web that has been created, and the complexity of this ball. And so as this complexity unfolds in your relationship, embrace it, and know that it's part of the pattern and the experience of that. Okay, so let's take a look at the tarot pile 3. Okay, so, well, the major arcana cards are the last two. As we're moving, so in some of you that picked pile 3, you've had some heartache in this relationship, grief, sadness. It could be one of you or both of you have lost someone, maybe a parent, a sibling, a child, and this loss has been very hard on the relationship. It's made you feel very alone. And although there's a lot of potential here, right at this present time, a real feeling of aloneness and loss, move through those energies. I know I personally also have dealt with grief, and it takes a lot of time. Each person has their own path and their own journey. But over time, you will be able to, excuse me. I don't know why that one jumped away. It's the travel. It's the 8 of Cups. And I cannot reach it. Okay. It's the travel card. Let me make sure that it's still focused. So we are, moving away from this energy. So we deal with grief, we feel it, we move on because we can't stay there forever. And so this 8 of Cups, is, moving on in your life, moving in a new direction, moving in a new focus, and moving toward this attitude of giving. And so one of the things that grief really does for you, if you can bring this relationship together, so you may just move away from the relationship and the grief is too much. But if you can use it to benefit you and you can come together because of it, you can really be a power couple for blessing others that are going through the thing that you went through. And moving into that state of giving to the world and giving of your energy. And as you guys are giving, you will, be able to let go of these feelings of the 9 of Swords. So the 9 of Swords, you're crying at night, you're grieving, you're in pain, discomfort in your thoughts. And through all this grief and depression, this is in reverse, that things, you're moving out of this energy and into this Libra, which is the 11 again. So it's definitely 11 is something to look up this time. The 11 is energy is moving you into this balance of the Justice card. Now it's interesting because this Justice card, she only has one, I don't know if you can see it, she only has one thing that she's holding instead of two, like a balance. But she actually has the balance in this card. So to me, the significance of that is that she's moved from trying to balance her life to being in balance. From trying to do it, trying to overcome this pain and sadness, trying to overcome these harsh realities at night, and has moved into a state of victory. And you can see she has that feeling of one of the goddesses of victory and truth being brought into her life. And the eye of the peacock, which is the energy of self-confidence and strength. So she is bringing this self-confidence and strength that you never knew you had. So I almost feel like this is a side message for just some people. So if this isn't resonating for you, I would try another pile, because I feel like pile 3 is more specific for a very certain group of people that your relationship, excuse me, has or is going through a sense of loss and grief. And that you're moving through this state of trying to balance things out to being victorious. And through that victory, you're able to find a new path, a new direction, to be back on your life path and the direction that you're following with this Judgment card. So it's a great movement and direction that you're moving into in this relationship. And I feel like this is just for some people. So if this does not resonate with you, pick another pile as well. But maybe you have a friend that you need to share this with. So these are the Whispers of Love cards that go with this stack here. Consider your foundation. Look at how committed you are to love. Do something for someone. This kind of has that energy. Give your attention to another. Kind of has that that giving energy. And then look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. So, here you are in your full strength in your life. So as you are going through, as a couple, as a group, as a team, as a relationship, and this is the 11 card as well. So we have 3 11s. So we have 11, 11, 11. Look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. And so, when you feel that all is lost and there's nothing more that you can do, look to the archangels. They will come and they will help you in this time. And don't forget your foundation, what brought you together, why you're here, what kind of a couple you really are meant to be. And you can see there's an owl and her little baby up there. This foundation to love. So remember, you guys have the power to bring the things from the 5D into the 3D. To heal this heart chakra, but have that generosity with each other that you're going to need to get through this hard time. And to remember the foundation, the reason that you came together in the first place, whether it's a, whatever type of relationship you're looking at, how you were connected, how your family, how you're brought together. And do something, in the meantime, while you're being generous of spirit, do something for each other, and that's this spirit of giving. And, giving to each other is so important. Well, thank you for staying to the end of the reading. I think this is a pile for a very special couple who's going through a lot of grief. And I know that, my family went through, my sister died when I was 21 and she was 18. And, the ways that our family has had to work through this, knowing that we were stronger than we thought we were, and having the foundation of the family, no matter what, there for us, and giving, the generosity to each other when we had nothing left to give. And so these are the things that will help you to overcome. And, that 25, 30 years later, you're still a family unit, strong in love, and walking in your path, your rebirth. This is the resurrection card. So looking to, the resurrection, to joining in heaven, if you believe in the reincarnation, that, of coming together as souls, eternal souls, whatever version is the most comforting for you. So that is the end result, the resurrection card. Okay, let's take care, and we will go to pile 4. Welcome to pile 4. You chose the tiger eye. It's such a beautiful stone. It has a lot to do with the heart chakra, the opening and protecting, cleansing. Okay, so let's look first at the animal oracle from Colette Baron Reid. And the antelope, life is speeding up, and claim your independence. So the energies of this pile are completely different. I'm seeing so much like movement, and she has the wings, and she's flying, and so there's so much like movement and energy and independence. And you could even be if you were a couple, you could like come together and then apart, and together and apart, or if like your siblings, you run together and apart, and you're both very energetic and independent people. So this is a 2 and 4. So that's kind of like a progression from, balance to stability, and stability within the independence of the relationship. So it's a very, interdependent, not codependent, fast moving, fast living, fast energetic people. You're definitely not looking at the phlegmatic melancholies. You're looking at the sanguine Clarks of the world moving forward. So great energy, beautiful, fiery, passionate energy for this relationship. So let's see, I may have something more there, but let's start with these and see where that goes. These are the tarot, Wheel of Fortune. So this one is motion, Sagittarius and Pisces. This one has motion, Knight of Cups. This one has no motion, 4 of Cups, and Moon, and Wands, and 6 of Cups. So I'm guessing a lot of you will pick this one for like a sibling or a child or a mother, father, one of those relationships with this family card. It could also be that, as a couple, you have a really happy, loving family that you're connected to. And in this, this is overflowing abundance with this passion and love in the family. And so that's all part of this momentum that you have is, and then here's the cat again. I don't know if you can see the little yellow cat there. So that level of independence within the family. So you aren't a codependent family where you always have to be together. You aren't a codependent couple where you always have to be together. You can both be living your fast and full lives. And as you do that, messages and opportunities kind of run into your life. Again, here's the rabbit, which has that speed to it. So again, we've got so much speed in this, and movement and momentum. And so this fiery energy of this Page of Wands, bringing passion into your relationship, and thinking of things that you haven't thought of before with the fertility. And at the same time, it's like this kind of dark moodiness that can come over at least one of you. And so when that happens, you need to be patient like the owl, and know that, you can see clearly, you do know what's going on, and that patience is in order in that situation. So, and, kind of these two cards kind of go together with that sense of, quietness and melancholy and feeling alone. So at times, one of the people in the relationship feels kind of alone or out or not part of this energy. If this is a family type of relationship you're thinking of, there could be like another sibling that just feels like they aren't in the mix. They aren't part of the others. They're separate. They're away. And they just feel like they aren't understood. And that could be you, and it could be someone else that you know. And so, offer them love, offer them to be part of the situation. Find out how, even, you might have to slow down. You might have to be more connected in order for them to become a part of the mix, but offer them the cup and the love that they need. And so a change is needed, and divine timing is there. So I think one of the most beautiful readings with divine timing recently was that new moon in Capricorn that came out recently, and just the idea of talking about time and divine timing. But basically, I kind of feel like it's, so, when these moods come around, just knowing that things will pass, things are still moving forward, and they are progressing. So there's a lot of Piscean, because this is Pisces as well. So there's a lot of Piscean energy here, a lot of feelings. So even with this movement, crazy emotion relationship, there's an element of underlying emotions that needs to be addressed. So I'm not sure exactly how you need to address that. Like what, let's say that you are the other person. There's someone in your life that tends to be a little moody. So they're great in these energies, and then all of a sudden they aren't. So what's some advice? 10 of Pentacles, Son of Cups, which is that Knight of Cups again, Daughter of Wands, which is this Page of Wands again, and the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so everything's going along great. This happy family, and this energy of I'm just not enough, I'm not good enough, people don't like me, I'm not part of the family. Whether it's you or someone else, when that comes in, offering these energies of passion and love and hope, and knowing that you're part of this change and part of this experience, and that they're part of the family, to help them to realize that. In the end, it's your own self that chooses how you're going to feel. And that's kind of what this card is about too. Is, yeah, the wheel turns you, but you can decide where you're going to get on and off. You can decide how you're going to react to and relate to the things in life. And so you can only do so much yourself, But if you are the one feeling like you're left out and you're alone, state your feelings. Don't let it be something that is hidden under the rug. Address who you really are, and at the same time choose to be part of the party, to walk away from this energy and find this happy place. So let's take a look at the Whispers of Love Oracle for this relationship. So simple acts of kindness. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. So there could be some simple acts of kindness that'll make all the difference in this situation. Appreciate this moment. Every situation is an opportunity to grow and find love. And physical touch. A tender touch can mean so much. So it could be that, like, for instance, you guys are all these go-getters, but what this one person needs is just a touch that they didn't ask for. A hug that they didn't ask for. A rub across the shoulders that they didn't initiate. And it could be that all of you are on some other way of being, but for them, this physical touch is like really, really important. So it's not as much just about physical touch as the love language. Ask someone, what makes you feel the most loved? What could we do to make you feel the most part of this family or this relationship? What could bring you in closer into this harmony here? And then being in the moment, mindfulness. Really, the card is 33, so you might want to look up the number 33 for the master number and see if that has some, it will help you to understand this better. So appreciate this moment that you're in. So if you're the one struggling, with feeling all alone, don't resist when this comes over you. Instead, learn to move through it and past it, and to choose what energies you're going to have. And some of the best ways to do that are to meditate and go into a state of mindfulness so that you're actually able to change your perspective. And so the other one is the acts of kindness. So, some people in this relationships will need more touching, and some of them will need more either words or acts of love that will really help them feel more loved in their life. And I'm kind of being drawn to, all of these different animal energies. Here we have the deer and the antelope. This deer has calmed down and is quiet at this point. And so, it's interesting that all of these cards are like super calm, and this card is not. And so it could be that, part of what's needed is, you have a fast, fun momentum relationship, but slow it down and see the beauty in the moment, and, just provide what the other person really needs to be happy. Well, thank you for coming to the reading all the way to the end, Pile 4. So nice to have you. And if this resonated, that's great. If it didn't, please check out some of the other piles. Might be more along the lines of the relationship that you're thinking of. And so these are, of course, for the collective. So thank you so much. And I love your energies. Please comment and let me know how these resonated with you.